There's no perfect partner, but as a man, there are some actions and some lines that you should never ever cross. This is a cruel act. A true man never hurts his woman, physically, emotionally, or mentally. Things a man should never do in a relationship. It's understandable that out of the billions of men in the world, only a handful are actual Prince Charmings. Men or women, we're all human beings after all. And with that being said, we carry flaws and mistakes, together with our other more desirable traits. There's no perfect partner, especially when it comes to relationships. You must accept whatever comes with the whole package. But of course, as a man, there are some actions and some lines that you should never ever cross. Below is a list of 10 hurtful things that men should never do or should stop doing in a relationship. 1. Cheat on her. The number one mortal sin on every woman's list. You should never cheat on your lady love. You could count off every excuse in the book, but it will never justify this horrible action. Be responsible enough to secure yourself before going into a relationship. If you're unsure of the reasons for your actions or you're thinking of doing this, then stop yourself right there and come clean to your girlfriend. It's always better to be honest with her than to go behind her back. Although it will hurt her at first, finding someone else without telling her will hurt her even more. 2. Lie to her face. Never lie about the little things, because if you can do this, it would be much easier for you to lie about the big things. In fact, why lie in the first place? Relationships are built on trust and transparency with no room for lies. It's acceptable to make mistakes at first, but if you keep repeating them and apologizing for the same things over and over again, then it's a different story. You might be lying to yourself this time instead of your girlfriend. Take some time to think about why you're in this relationship in the first place. 3. Ignore her feelings. Your girlfriend is there for a reason. She is your best friend, confidant, and the love of your life. She isn't a blank wall you can talk to whenever you feel like it. She is a human being and her thoughts and feelings matter. Every relationship is a two-way street and it's not always about you. Respect her and her opinions, listen to her, and never ever ignore her feelings, nor discount them as being irrational. It takes two to make love work, so make sure that her voice is always heard. 4. Hurt her heart. A true man never hurts his woman, physically, emotionally, or mentally. He would never dare to lay a hand on her skin, spat a hurtful word at her, or play mean tricks with her feelings. Unfortunately, there are a lot of men who are like this, so don't be one. If you find yourself having a short temper during fights, then practice your patience by counting to 10, shutting your mouth, or asking for some personal time. It's better to think things over first before you let actions or words fly that you will really regret later on. 5. Degrade her as a person. This is a cruel act that many people do, and they oftentimes do this subconsciously or without being aware of it at all. Degrading your girlfriend can come in different ways. If you make fun of her dreams, nitpick on her actions, or insult her personality, you are already degrading her. One might argue, but I'm only teasing her. There is a fine line between teasing and being downright mean. If this doesn't make her laugh, then it's not all right anymore. You are not only damaging your relationship, but you are also destroying her self-esteem and confidence. 6. Be unsupportive. As a boyfriend, you are supposed to be her number one fan. There isn't an excuse in any book that would account for missed anniversary dinners, unattended birthday parties, or unanswered phone calls. When you decide to be in a relationship, you agree to be there during the important moments. Remind yourself to always be there for your girlfriend, no matter how mundane the event might be for you. You should hold her hand and make her feel important. Lift her up on your shoulders and make her feel like she can actually reach the sky. 7. Treat her as an option. A lot of people date for fun, but oftentimes this kind of approach will leave a string of broken hearts. If you decide to be in a committed and loving relationship, then obviously you can't treat your girlfriend as just another option. You can't go and meet other women and then come back to her when they drop you. You can't spend time with her after asking everybody else and knowing that nobody else is available. You can never ever make her feel as if she's just a choice. 8. Make her your safety net. Some men stay with their girlfriends because they feel like she is the safe choice. They know that if they stay with her, they are guaranteed a happy, loving, and secure wife for the future. If you're one of these men, then you're making the biggest mistake of your life. This unselfish action is totally uncalled for and will do nothing but hurt your loved one. Your girlfriend is not a safety net. She is not a plan B if everything else goes wrong. and she is definitely not someone you can just choose if you want to. 9. Does not take her seriously. If you don't take your girlfriend seriously, then maybe you should ask yourself why you're in a relationship in the first place. Never be that horrible guy that mocks her for being true to herself and brings her down when she's doing things to improve herself. Women are already facing incredibly ridiculous issues from the whole world. She doesn't need that from her boyfriend. Instead, you should support her and even pave the way for her to be successful. 10. Break your promises. The last thing a man should never do in a relationship is to break his promises. If you can't keep your words, then don't say them. You should never make your girlfriend hope for something only to be hurt later on because you can't keep track of your promises. Repeated broken promises are even worse. This is a sign of immaturity and a lack of sense of responsibility. As a loving boyfriend, it is your duty to say words that ring true to your heart. Women don't expect you to be as perfect as the guys they see in romantic soap operas, but it never hurts to take tips from those role models. Life isn't a fairy tale, and not every guy is a prince who will charm you off. But if there's one thing that's for sure, it's that the world needs more loyal gentlemen, and if you follow these tips, you can be one of them. 11. Abuse her. There are many different types of abuse, certainly not just physical and certainly not just in a relationship. Someone can be emotionally abusive toward a child or pet, as well as their significant other. Regardless, they all have one thing in common: the desire to break another down. A good man recognizes that his confidence and worth comes from within himself and never from attempting to place others below him. At any sign of any type of abuse, walk away immediately. It will not get better, and you deserve more.